Uh, do we got no audio, huh? Oh, that's always fun. Yeah, we're dealing with some technical difficulties. I have audio, but our all-powerful DM is working on his. I'm not loving what's up on the screen. No. But it is important. Please.
Microphone. Okay. Test, test, test. Hey, there we go. That should be better. And are you still there, Mr. Nick?
I'm right here.
Awesome. All right, let me turn me down a little bit. Test, test.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Order of the Dice. Today, we've got a very special guest with us. Our Nick, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes, I am
spot.
playing Clue, the Aarakocra, that happens to be an arcane archer. Very rare in the setting of our wonderful game.
And here is Clue. At least Clue how he is currently. However, today we're going to be talking about Clue's backstory. And as you might have guessed, it involves one of these. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Loving it.
So, I even gave her a name, and it's a she. There is a one particular adult green dragon by the name of Nalraxaria that has done some damage to our poor companion Clue. Let's just say this. So, you grew up on Maztica, right?
Yes.
Or wait, no, not Maztica. Hold on. Let me go.
No, you gotta look at the map.
Let's take a look at the map. This is not the map you are looking for. Where is it?
That's a busy map.
Oh, I know what I want. I want Toril. By the way, anybody who's running a Forgotten Realms campaign adventure, Forgotten Realms wiki, so good.
Very useful.
So good. All right.
And even if you're not, it's great reading.
Yes. So, yes, the Unknown Lands. Or, no, are you, central-ish, kind of, like right here? Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
Yep, that works. So, Maztica.
Right in there.
Yes. In fact, I have... where are my documents?
While he's pulling that document, for those that do not know, Aarakocra have a fierce hate of dragons.
They do. They do.
After they tried to wipe them out, and were pretty much successful.
Successful, yeah.
I don't think it was direct.
M-A-S... Oh, what? I spelled that wrong. There we go. Open file location.
Awesome. See if this one works. Ooh. Yes. This is the background I've been working on.
Yes. Have you seen the supplement, my friend?
No, I have not.
So this is an old Forgotten Realms second edition
That looks
Mastika
old.
campaign set. Yes.
Is that first edition?
Second.
Okay.
Actually. Yes, that says second. But yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So
old logo had me thinking maybe.
it's got the ancient look to it, yes. So yep, Mastikans, all this fun stuff. So if you want to know what's going on right now with the peoples of Maztica, yeah, I can draw a lot of stuff here for us. So, essentially, most people who are familiar with the Forgotten Realms know about Faerun, right? You know this continent.
The popular.
Exactly. So let me do this. I'll pop this out here so we can have it as a reference. But then I'll go back a little bit and we'll go one of the best maps. Where is it? No. No. Here, I think if I go back one, I can find a decent one. Yeah, here we go. Oh! Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that.
16 months.
So this is well, so yeah, let's do this. So most of you are familiar with this continent.
The Sword Coast being,
Yes, being Waterdeep up, right? Being Waterdeep here, right?
Neverwinter.
Luskan. We, in fact, are all the way... Whoop.
Baldur's Gate, the all...
Yeah, where's Baldur's Gate?
Below. Yeah.
There
right.
we go.
Down.
Yep. So this is what most people are familiar with the Sword Coast. And if you've ever, like the Dungeons & Dragons movie started actually up here in the Sea of Moving Ice, that's where that prison was. Way up here with Jarnathan.
Jarnathan. We really need him here.
That'd be pretty sweet. Although I'm pretty sure he's just a bureaucrat and couldn't actually.
Well, Jarnathan is an Eric Okra. For those of you who want a movie reference.
Yes. Exactly. So, in fact, yeah, they were in the movie going all around here. There's actually.
They covered quite a bit of
their journey.
Really, because he was Lord of Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm. So here, if you actually go to... What was the Honor Among Thieves?
Oh. Yeah, that's the name of the movie, Honor Among Thieves.
Not trailers and clips. There's like a really cool map that I saw associated with the movie.
It showed like where they traveled.
Yeah. It was like here. Honor Among Thieves, the road to Neverwinter. No, that's just the book.
I bet they make another movie.
Oh, I hope they do. That'd be so nice.
They do.
Yeah, here it is. So check this out. This is so cool. So Sword Coast North, is that? No. Anyways, well, here. You can zoom in, but you can see, right, like their journey. So you can see up here, Revel's End. That's the prison that they were at.
Oh, I like that they reference Icewind Dale, too.
Yep, they were actually... So Targos was where they go, like, at the beginning of the movie. It's one of the largest of the 10 towns. So if you've ever read any of the Drizzt novels, like Icewind Dale, all that stuff, yep, they reference Icewind Dale too, right? And then I think, yeah, here are all the other locations. Like, obviously you have Neverwinter, right? But there was also, I think, a scene on the Neverwinter River. There was Mount Hotenau, where they came. Remember when they got, like, spat out of everything?
Yeah.
That's where they ended up on the surface after seeing the dragon. There was...
Of course. Was that the...
Yeah, so this is...
Druid from?
Well, this is where they encountered the dead guy to get the information about where the home was from. Yep.
That's right.
And then the River Subrin, and then I think, how did they get down into the Underdark? They went to, like, was it Flint Rock, or hold on, Morbin Shield? No, where was it? Longsdale, Rio Bar. Oh, Tribor. Yeah, by the way, they were in Tribor when they met up with Simon. Remember when he did the reverse gravity wild magic? Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, never.
But we digress.
Yes, we digress. And then, because where's the? Yeah, that's right. The
That's where they got
That's
the
where they
Underdark.
went down. That's when they went. That's where they went down below. And then was there?
You never know. Our characters might be dumb enough to do that.
You never know, right? Yeah, they even had stuff all. Yep, to Baldur's Gate, Loudwater. Oh yeah, this is. Remember when they went to go get the thing first?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Tablet of the Awakening.
Yeah. They were actually over here in the archipelago. And you've got the Sea of Swords. Anyways,
To where our story begins with Clue.
right. So Clue's story actually begins. Well, doesn't even begin on this map. The current campaign, we are. So if you continue down the tradeway here through.
Aren't we over there by the Sea of the Fallen?
Yep, through down past Tethir into Kalimshan, and then you
That's right.
take a boat over here. We are actually at Sidolfur, right here. And you guys are on a journey to go into the Kalim Desert and go look for important things in the desert.
We're not sure yet.
Yes.
No spoilers.
However, there is a tie-in with your backstory to all of this. So, if we can kind of envision, I don't know. Let me see here. If we can envision, I mean, what do you think an Aarakocra home village looks like?
I envision Aarakocra living in not really a nest, but nest-like. But it's still a shelter, so made of, tree limbs and assorted findings that they find to tie it all together. Yeah, that's a great, that one that you had up on high peaks, because they really don't like to be on the ground.
No. Well, that's interesting.
That's a cool city. If they maybe at the peak of their civilization,
maybe
something like that.
Yeah, back when. Oh, this. I wonder if this is. Wait, hold on. Is this from the Neverwinter video game?
That's what it looks like. Neverwinter Nights.
Oh. No, this is just this is from
World of
okay.
Warcraft.
That's a World of Warcraft. Okay.
I mean, about the same era of graphics, though.
Yeah. I would think maybe a little more woodsy. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think they're above the tree line?
Above the tree line, for sure.
Okay. So then it's going to be nests and things like that on high peaks. Ooh,
yeah. That's how I envision him now, right? Because we're talking about in Clue's backstory, at least how I see it, his group of Aarakocra was maybe a dozen.
Okay.
Before the run-in with dragons, right?
So then what? Well, so green dragons typically hang out in the forests, though. It's the where's their lair?
I mean, there's still forests around.
Well, hold on here. We can adjust. We can do better. right? Don't let the good be the enemy of the best. So, let's see here. Where did I... Let's go back into D&D Beyond here.
Find a more likely dragon.
Yeah, let's go monsters. Let's go dragons. Let's go... Let's just... No, we'll go adult. There. That'll give us some... And we'll sort by CR.
Blue dragon makes sense because we're talking an island.
Yeah, well, so blues, so blue, I'm thinking, well, obviously it's a chromatic dragon, not a metallic. Because blue dragons live...
They're coastal.
Are they coastal? Hold on, where are you seeing? In barren places, usually they're lightning... breath,
okay.
Strong ability to carve out crystallized caverns and tunnel beneath the sands. Ah, it's a desert. Yeah, no. I'm thinking. I think you know what? Honestly, I think is gonna be the one. Mountains.
No, red dragon. That makes sense.
Lair in high mountains or hills, dwelling in caverns under snow-capped peaks, or within the deep halls of abandoned mines and dwarven strongholds. Caves with volcanic or geothermal activity are the most highly prized red dragon lairs. Yes.
I know, sir.
Yes. So, why were you away from the nest on this day? We'll keep her name. I like her name, Narexaria, and we'll just give her a big, bad, red dragon. Iconic, right?
Yes. So I would say Clue, being Clue is out searching for answers because it is driven him nuts since birth that the Aarakocra are so few, even though they are so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So he was venturing out. In his ventures, he's run into some giants who he likes. He's made some friends with some giants. And that's why he's out and about. Maybe he's, you know what? I like this. He's out hunting for one of his giant friends this particular day.
When word reaches him from one of his companions, just this big... Call him a big... What's his name? What's your giant friend's name? We'll call him a big old stone giant.
A big old stone giant named Grorg.
Grorg?
Grorg. Grorg.
Nice. So Grorg comes lumbering up to you one morning. Clue. You must go home. Smoke and fire. And that's all he says.
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Grorg, for the heads up. And so Clue will take flight from the ground that he's come down to reluctantly and take off towards home.
Okay.
I'm assuming once I get up in the air, I see smoke billowing, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Smoke billowing, and you return home to a decimated village. Nests on fire. Your Aarakocra companions have lost their lives. Obviously, though, in combat, some have... Well, here, what does Clue have for in the way of either survival or investigation? Give me a roll.
Clue would probably use a survival roll in this case. So, I don't know that you'll see it.
That's okay.
But he got a 10.
All right. Yeah, these are pretty... I mean, the remains of your villagers are charred and burnt with big old giant teeth marks and claw marks in them from
Oh,
some
no.
very large, very, very large creature. And you actually know this because it's common knowledge. This is the telltale signs of a dragon attack.
Which, of course, I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Now,
or no, you know what? I've seen personally, but I've been told.
Mm-hmm. Now, give me just a perception check right off the bat.
Passive?
Yeah. Are you? Well, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Probably examining the bodies closer. Seeing if I can find any survivors.
Yeah. So give me an active perception check. Make it with advantage.
11.
Make it with advantage.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So the second one here. Oh yeah, that's not any better. Okay. So
11.
11.
All right.
Yep.
You search around for a while and are finding mostly just kind of like deceased folks. Do you but you haven't accounted for everybody. So give me another perception check with advantage.
Okay. Oh, there you go. 20.
Cool. So you actually notice a large hole in the side of the mountain that you had that is strangely out of place. It doesn't
Wasn't there that I've seen before.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't even like you're like, wait, what? And it's large. It's a gargantuan gaping hole. I mean, enough for like, probably like 5 or 6 Aarakocra to like walk in side by side into the side of the mountain, and there's a dark cavern within.
So, first thing that Clue is going to do, regardless, is he's going to drag the bodies into the main, call it nest.
Sure.
And then, true to his people's beliefs, he will start a fire, burning the corpses to send their souls up into the air, right?
Yes.
Because that's where Aarakocra go. Then right after he's done and completed with all this, probably took him a couple hours, not too long, because he's just dragging bodies. It's not like he's burying them. He's going to go check out this hole. And he's very angry right now. Clue is angry. He doesn't have anybody to talk to. Actually, before he goes into this hole, he's going to use his bird whistle to call Grorg to see if Grorg will come aid him in this search.
Ooh. Yes, but but Clue does know that Grorg is too large to fit through this opening.
He's too big to fit in the hole, huh?
Yeah.
Grorg, will you stay here and walk? And I'm speaking this in Giant because I do speak Giant.
Excellent.
Will you stay here and guard my back? Make sure nothing comes in.
Grorg will watch.
Thank you, Grorg. Call me if you see anything coming in. He knows our whistle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to proceed to the edge of this cave, or this hole in the side of the mountain. I'm going to call it a cave. I'm going to look at this cave and see if I can determine what caused it to appear. Because, this is my home and I've never seen it.
Yeah, so it actually, when you look at it, strangely enough, you see that it's almost like it's been bashed in. Like
into the mountain instead of out.
Yes. And you also notice these 2 enormous steel doors that looked like they had been covered up by rock that have been just busted inwards and like flung into the entryway. And they have big old claw marks on them. And the metal has been, looks like it's been warped and heated by something hot. So you surmise that these doors have been here in the side of the mountain, hidden for who knows how long.
Interesting. What are the doors made of?
Like solid iron. Yeah. And they have are you like looking at them, trying to look at them closely?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, along in the doors, and actually now that this entranceway has been busted in, I forget, do our Aarakocra have like dark vision, or what do you?
No dark vision.
Okay. So it's kind of hard to see in the dim light right now.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my fire that's still burning.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to makeshift a torch,
okay,
and I'm going to bring it over.
All right. So you go back into the entranceway with the torch. These doors are intricately carved with images of the Aarakocra.
Oh, now Clue is very...
And the inside of the mountain is, it just kind of like the mountain opens up. The passageway into the mountain is not rough. It's actually, after the doors got blown open, the passage is not like somebody just dug a big old chunk out of a mountain. It's smooth stone.
Interesting.
And
so obviously maybe an old establishment for the Aarakocra. So Clue's gone. He's angry, but he's very curious. So I'm going to take my torch and I'm going to wage into here.
Okay. You walk down a passageway of about, this passageway is probably a good, at least 50 feet wide, 50 feet high. You can see on the walls, inscribed into the stone, like Aarakocra in various stages of civilization. And you get about 50 feet down the passageway, and the passageway just basically opens up, and you basically come to you're like, literally, you're walking into this giant mountain peak, right? And you come to this precipice where it's basically like you can't tell, but because it's just darkness, you like walk to the edge of a ledge, basically, and the area that you're in just completely opens up. It's as if you've come to the end of a tunnel, and then the edge of that tunnel just drops straight off into a cliff, and there's you can't see more than a good, however much your torchlight illuminates,
which I think is only like 15 feet or something like that for a torch. Right, 30 dim light.
It's just darkness in every direction out in front. You can see the top of basically the tunnel, but beyond it, like above it, is just, you kind of like lean out, and it's a cliff, like going straight up. It's as if you like bored a hole into this mountain, and then the hole just stops, and everything
past the hole
hollow
inside.
is just hollow. Yes.
So Clue is going to examine the edges here, because I mean, if this was built by Eric Okra, they may have some kind of lighting system. So he is looking for a type of lighting system.
So give me a. So you find on the edge of one of the walls, you find a it's like a little almost how do I put it? There's a large gem kind of in the wall, like embedded in the wall, in some sort of apparatus.
I'm going to touch it.
Okay. You touch the gem. It glows just a little bit, ever so faintly, with some light. Nothing super bright though.
Can I examine it closer to see if I can figure out how to get it to stay lit?
Yeah, so you lean in closer towards it, and it actually gets a little brighter.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But you're fiddling around with it, and it's just kind of in there. It's surrounded by it's like surrounded by, you know, some delicate metalwork with some sort of runes on it. You can't make out what they say or anything like that though.
I'm gonna cast Druidcraft at it and see if I can light it like I would a candle.
Yeah, so that actually works. So your Druidcraft, the light that gets produced from Druidcraft is enough to basically cause this gem to light up, and then basically it's almost like it's obviously magical light, and carved into the wall of this cavern are channels that basically run spiraling up the inside of this carved out mountain, and every so many feet there are gems just like this one, and the entire inside of this mountain has been hollowed out and is now being illuminated in this
like
kind of
iridescent oil lamps in an Indiana Jones movie, but they're magical gems.
Exactly, and it's kind of like a conical opening. You can't see, like, you look down and you can't see. They don't go down. The light doesn't go down, so you can't see like a bottom or anything like that. But way up above, and there's just all sorts of drawings and things like that. I mean, it's probably a good, couple 100 feet across at the base. So, wow. I mean, this is just a huge cavern, and you look up and you notice that the way at the top there is kind of like, how like in Lord of the Rings and Mount Doom, there's like that spot in the mountain that like where they go in and they come out onto that ledge, and there's like something up there, but it's sticking out from like the side of the mountain. Well, there's no entrance like there, but there is a feature that you can see way up at the top that's like sticking out. It's probably a couple of 100 feet up at least.
So first what I'm going to do, now that I figured out how to light this up, I'm going to take my makeshift torch and I'm going to throw it down the pit and see what I see as it falls.
It just falls and falls and falls and falls until you can't see it anymore.
Super creepy. Okay, now I'm gonna fly up to that little perch up there. Right. And perch is what Clue would describe it as being a bird.
It is a stone outcropping into the hollow of this mountain. And up there, you can you land, as you come up, you actually see one of the missing Aarakocra from your village is basically there, and he's alive. It's like your tribal elder, your village chieftain, whatever this guy is, right? And he is laying on this flat precipice, and there's like this altar. Also, you're feedbacking, I think, because you're going through your speakers now or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to get rid of it.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna switch to headphones. You're okay.
So he's. I'll let you switch.
It'll only take me a second.
You're good, bro.
There we go.
Cool.
Is that better?
Yeah, perfect. So you come up upon this precipice, and out in the middle of it, like it goes out like.
Though.
Oh,
Fun.
Test.
Voice and video. Guys. Let's try.
Try this.
Now I can hear you. You're good.
Nice. So, out in the, so as this kind of pure outcropping juts into the middle of the open area at the top of the mountain, the ceiling's probably only like 100 feet above you now. It's like an altar or a crypt or something, but the top of it has been cracked in half and has fallen. One piece is like been pushed to the side and another piece is like fallen over, and your tribal elder is basically like sitting down, leaning up, his back up against whatever this thing was, and he is not looking good. Like one wing, like completely just like busted, like obviously not supposed to bend that way. He's been coughing up blood. He's got some singes everywhere and some gashes and things like that, and he is looking worse, very much worse for wear.
Oh, I'm going to rush over to him and, honored elder, what happened as I try to start to tend to his wounds as best as I can? See if I have anything to help at all.
Dragon.
Oh no, honored elder. Which way did he go?
What's this guy's name? What do you want his name to be?
Let me come up with a name here. Because I got something for this already. Because I used it for Clue. No, I don't like any of those. Ooh, I do like that one. So it's Sukek. Sukek. Sukkeck.
Nice. So Sukek is lying there, and give me a medicine check. Like
okay.
DC5. This isn't a toughie.
Tough enough, because Clue rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't tell, but this guy's on his last legs, and he lets you know, like this is he's this is it for me. He goes, and he leans, he grabs you by the tunic and pulls you in close and goes, listen, he's almost like talking kind of like Yoda. like, like, find it you must. Stolen.
What, honored elder?
Part of Rod. You must find dragon. Get back what was stolen from us. Clue. Dragon too strong. Must adventure. Gain in strength. Come back. Avenge clan. Find dragon. Get
What's
back
the
what was
dragon's
stolen.
name, honored elder?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. $11. I seem to be rolling 11s tonight.
So you notice, as you kind of look around, that up against the wall, coiled up around a large stalagmite, you see some movement, and you hear a reptilian female voice call out, "My name is now..." Hold on, I got the name. Dang it, I screwed that up. "My name is Nalraxaria." And she just kind of like inhales, and you see the wall kind of like glow this like deep red orange glow of, fire in her belly as she looks as this essentially adult red huge dragon uncoils itself from the wall and puts her foot down upon the precipice.
Hey, not good.
Mm-hmm.
Clue is looking around this tablet, the honored elder. He's trying to find something to distract this dragon.
So the dragon just kind of like looks deeply into your soul and basically just kind of like chuckles to herself. You don't see anything nearby that could potentially puppy, that could distract this dragon. Your village elder, however, looks at you and just says, "Fly." And with his dying breath, casts a spell at the dragon. It doesn't damage. It's either like, I don't know, what do you want it to be? Do you want
like
it
a hold
burst of
person
light or darkness or something like that? Just
darkness would be really good, I think, even against a dragon.
I think, yeah, he just creates a big old globe of darkness around the dragon's face and just pushes you off the side of the precipice. Yes.
So I immediately start to take flight and glide towards that exit as fast as I can.
So you just tuck wings and book it?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm out of here. I can't take on a dragon. Clue's angry, but he's not stupid.
Dude, she is enraged. And you see just this gout of fire just envelop the top of that precipice. And you know that Yeah, your elder did not survive whatever that last blast of flame was. Okay, so are you just tearing down out the entrance? Okay, as you get about halfway down, you see you're like looking behind you, and you hear now Rexaria just scream, "You think you can escape me?" and just launches off the precipice and just into a full dive right after you.
So my question is, can she fit through this hole that I came in through?
Yes.
Great.
So so here I'll help you out. So the two of you you dart for that hole, because she's gonna, if you keep going down, she's got dark vision. You know, dragons have dark vision. She'll catch you. Your only hope is to get through that hole and then somehow escape. Okay.
So the goal is to close those doors as quickly as possible.
They have been blown off their hinges. They are lying on the floor. Yeah. So you come screaming down that hole and shoot out into the open, with her about maybe 100 feet behind you and closing.
I tell Gord as I'm coming out to smash the tunnel.
He has heard what's going on, and literally as she comes screaming out of the tunnel, he grabs her hind leg and just holds on, and she like drags him, and he goes, "Clue, run!" And as he just attempts to like smash her into the ground. And if you ever seen a red dragon and a stone giant get into a fist fight,
not
the
in person.
answer is yes. The answer is yes, Clue.
I have now.
You see, they're going at it. Just, you know, she's just like scratching at him. He's picking up literal like trees out of the ground and just smashing her. Head. Oh yeah, it's an epic fight.
So I am booking it towards the trees, as Grorg told me, but I'm blowing my secret whistle, hoping that the other giants that are somewhere out there will hear it to help Gorg. They know my whistle.
Yeah.
Because they've seen me several times. But I know I can't take part in this
So does
fight.
she. You actually see her break off before either of them are done like killing each other, and she just flies off into the distance.
Okay, so Gorg scared her off.
And that whistle, she knew that backup's on its way, so she better get the heck out before more giants show up to deal with.
Yeah, it's one thing to tussle with one giant, but you get 4 or 5 of them. That's a beating.
Yes.
So as I go into the trees on the mountainside here, where I know my giants roam, I'm waiting now, hunched down at a safe location that Grorg and I know about, waiting for Grorg to catch up with me to make sure he's okay.
So, Grorg eventually makes his way over. Where's Stone Giant's CR anyways? So, oof. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he took quite the beating. You can see his left arm has been like dislocated and is kind of like hanging limply at his side. He's got some gash marks across his stomach.
Dang.
He's got some you can see burn marks, but they're kind of like he kind of half blocked them, so they're singeing like the top and bottom of his face, and his hands don't look so good. But yeah,
but he's gonna survive.
He'll survive. Yes.
So I'm going to try and provide some medical attention to him.
All right, give me a medicine check. Or how are you attempting to provide?
Yeah, so it would be a medicine check, because I'm going to try and... you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out from my pack some of the rope that Aarakocra always carry, which is silken rope, because it's light. And I'm going to at least hold his arm that he dislocated, make him a sling out of it. Yep, so I don't know if you need a medicine check for that part.
Go ahead and give me one. Let's see how good that sling is.
Okay. Give it a check. Medicine? Or maybe something like, okay.
Medicine.
So I got an 11 again. Go figure.
That's fine. I mean, it's not hard to make a sling, so you're good.
Okay.
You make your boy a sling. And
then I'm going to see what I can do to attend to his other wounds. Being as I'm familiar with the woods out here, and we do live off the land quite a bit, do I notice, can I look around for herbs to ease his pain?
Let's go ahead and either investigation, medicine, or survival, whichever one you prefer.
Can I do nature?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. Get that +4 going.
Yeah, 18.
There we go. Yeah, you find the bee's knees when it comes to herbs.
Cool. So I'm going to administer those herbs on his gashes and what I can do there.
Yeah.
I'm also going to take a portion of my robes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tear off kind of the bottom and try and put them all over the big gashes to at least cover the wounds so we can make it to his giant friends.
Okay, cool.
We're not spending too much time because we want to get to help.
Yeah, I mean, his giant friends actually start to show up.
Oh, great.
They heard the whistle. So, like a good 3 or 4 of them show up. And, you feel pretty safe with 4 stone giants, like, hanging out by you.
Yeah, I do feel better. And I start to relay to them the story in giant, in the stone giant. And I tell them the sad news of me being the last one
of your tribe.
Of my tribe. Now, they know me better than the rest of them, but they know some of them.
Yeah. So they offer that when you say dragon, they get angry. They start ripping up trees, throwing boulders. You're like, oh, okay, guys. It's
don't squish me.
Don't squish. They're not gonna squish you, but they are visibly upset. You know the dragons and giants are ancient enemies.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we found in common when we first started talking, right?
And it's part of the lore. Like, they basically, if dragons and giants hadn't fought themselves both to not extinction, but
close.
Endangered, definitely, the elves never would have been able to create elven civilizations. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of how it is. You guys know that history.
Yeah.
I mean, the dragons basically wiped out the Aarakocra millennia ago. And then the dragons, and then it was basically dragons versus giants. And they wiped each other out, and then it went and then elves came. And then
so I also tell them about elves and then humans.
Yep, and then humans.
Dwarves.
Yep. All that fun stuff.
I tell them about the hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it an Aarakocra shrine.
Yeah.
That I've discovered that was laying right underneath us the whole time as well. I'm going to pass to them what my elder told me to do. So I'm going to say, oh shoot, I don't remember his name now. And it was such a good name.
I got it. I wrote it down. Sukek.
Yeah, Sukek. I tell him that my elder Sukek told me I needed to gain and garner power so that I could come back and avenge Sukek's death and the rest of my tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them I ask them if they would do me the kind favor of closing off the shrine.
Yeah.
To avoid any looters or anything from coming up on it. I was like, straight up, just throw a boulder in the pathway for now, because nobody's going to move that but stone giants.
Shrine to what?
And then I describe. So inside of this hole that opened up in the mountain, there were 2 iron doors, and then inside there were stone carvings of my ancestors. And it was dark at first when I entered, but I found this magical gem that I used druidcraft on, and it lit up the entire inside. And inside, at the top where the dragon was, as well as my Sukic, there was a broken altar, which I think means something. And my elder told me to find a rod, but I'm not sure what rod. Do you guys have any knowledge of this?
The giants start like just kind of talking amongst themselves, and eventually, hold on. Yeah. Where's your challenge rating, my friend?
The stone giant?
Cloud giant, actually.
Oh.
CR9. There we go. Yeah. So they actually say, you go talk to Cloud Giant Elder. He know.
Where do I find the Cloud Giant Elder,
and
my friends?
They they point up.
Well, straight up.
Yeah, they point to the top of that mountain, and they point straight up.
All right. Well, do you have any recommendations on something I should bring this Cloud Giant to garner favor, or at least maybe tells of this red dragon would be enough?
They
What would a Cloud Giant favor? Just reading real quick to see if I can find something that might be kind of fun. Oh, it likes treasure.
It does.
Jewelry specifically. Yes. So, do I have any jewelry back in my village that we might have discovered or traded with? Eric Oker don't really care about that, is the thing.
The storm, or the stone giant, kind of like leader of this group, actually is reaches into a pouch and pulls out a pendant with a diamond about the size of your fist.
Now, of course, Clue's like, yeah, okay, cool. You know,
just kind of hands it to Clue and goes, gift.
So I thank them immensely because I don't care. I don't know the value of something like that.
They look at you and they say, Clue, come back. We take care of Clue.
Yes, I will. And, you know, of course, I love these guys. I spend a lot of time with these guys. So I'm going to throw that in my backpack.
Okay.
And I'm going to fly to the top of that mountain first.
Okay. You fly to the top of the mountain peak.
Okay. And then from there, I'm kind of looking up, and I see the clouds up there, and I'm like, well, they've never led me wrong, so I just start flying upwards.
So you fly for a good hour until you notice that the clouds you're kind of flying through are getting thick. In fact, like as you kind of come out the top of one of the clouds, you notice that it's actually got a large structure upon it.
That's so cool.
That's just floating up there. And you can land, essentially, and walk around on this. I don't know. It's probably a good 1,000 feet in diameter.
So I'm gonna land on it for a second, just curiosity.
Yeah. It's not perfectly solid ground. It's like it's almost kind of like spongy or pillowy if you were walking on like a pillow almost.
Okay. Or a mattress, right?
Yeah, a mattress, exactly. But it does support your weight.
Very cool. And then I take back to my hovering flight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna approach one of the building. Is it just one giant building sitting on this?
Basically, a big kind of like fantasy-looking castle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna, hover on over to the entrance over there.
So, as you approach the entrance, the doors open.
Okay, I'm gonna walk inside.
Sure, it's open air. I mean, and inside, sitting on this chair in the middle of the castle, sits this. So it's basically something that looks like this. If you can see it up on the stream, yeah,
I sure can.
Basically, this big old giant regal-looking cloud giant.
Hello, sir. I am Clue of the Aarakocra tribe that, ironically, has been below you this entire time. We've never come to you in the past, but my tribe was just wiped out by a red dragon named... I'm going to have a hard time with that name.
You're good. And he looks at you and just says, Nalraxaria.
Yes, Nalraxaria. And my elder, who you may have known, I don't know if you had relationships with him, Sukkik.
Sukkik, I have known for a long time.
Was killed by the red dragon as well. And so I come to you offering this gift, and I reach in my backpack, and I pull out that giant thing, and I'm hoping you can give me some information about where I may find a rod that was important to the Aarakocra people that Sukkik told me I needed to find.
He makes a motion with his hand, and the rod or the trinket kind of floats over to him, and he kind of grabs it, kind of shakes it a little bit, gets a big smile on his face, and he just kind of tucks it into a pouch and says, "Yes, you seek part of a rod from the temple of your elders." It says, "Long have your elders guarded this fragment in peace." It says, "You will need to go east, farther than you have ever flown before, across the sea." And he kind of stands up, and you notice that, like, next to him is this giant mirror. And he looks at the mirror and starts waving around his hands, and you can see in the mirror it starts to get cloudy, and you can see some symbols and some faces appear in the mirror. And he apparently is doing some sort of like augury for you, and says,
"Ooh,
come back when you are ready. Find the Spice Man, the man of spice. Go to Kalimshan. He will guide you. He and your companions will become strong. And when you are ready, return to me, and I will show you where the dragon lives.
What is your name, sir? Do you want me to name him too?
He doesn't need a name. He's just like, my name is not important.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
And so I will depart back to my giant friends.
He by the way, reaches behind his big chair and pulls out a quiver. The special quiver that you and I talked about.
Yes.
Gives it to you as a gift.
Okay, so for those that are not aware, this is a really cool quiver that you will see in the full campaign.
Yes.
It is a quiver that you can put a potion or a vial of something underneath it, say poison, right? Something simple. And at will, instead of just pulling the arrow, you can push down and it'll poke the tip of the arrow into...
Coat the arrow with whatever substance
you have, and boom.
Yeah. I was inspired by like Hawkeye in the Avengers. You know, he's just got arrows.
Oh yeah.
And he kind of flips around and just
that's a perfect inspiration for it.
Cool.
This is a great item. This will be fantastic. So
it'll add to your damage too. Output.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thank him profusely. And tell him that I will be back and I will avenge my tribe and I will find answers to how I can maybe bring back more Aarakocra.
Cool. And I think you leave, fly down, and then hang out with that stone giant tribe for a while. And eventually you fly off to the mainland and you find your companions who you're currently adventuring with.
Yeah. So I guess when I first make landfall, I know I'm looking for a spice trader. I'm gonna pull up this. You want to pull up that map, and I'll come up with about where we first meet. You know what? I let's say we meet where we started our campaign there in Sidolfr.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be a good spot.
Yeah, that's
because you guys are the heroes of Sidolfr. You actually help reconstruct the town.
Yeah. So I fly into Sidolfr. I might make landfall somewhere else, maybe even closer to Kalimshan, but I hear rumors of this spice trader and head that way towards Sidolfr.
Yep, exactly. Because all the good spices come from way over here.
And bring my giant friends, as well as all of the deposits that I have, just with my people being who they are, Bird Aarakocra, we have a bunch of rare seeds that only grow here.
Yep.
And I am taking those with me, thinking that a spice trader might find that quite useful.
Perfect. And Fiend. You like it?
I do.
That feel good?
I do. That was a good...
I have to be very careful not to give you too much, because there's a lot more that I've worked up here, and if I give you too much in the beginning, it would just kind of spoil
away from the end. Yeah, no, this was a perfect setup. I now have a driving force to hunt a red dragon.
Yes.
And I've made friends with a cloud giant, which is epic.
Yes.
I also know that I'm going to be coming back with things that normally an Aarakocra doesn't care about, which is riches.
And backup.
The giants, I really think that long term, I have an epic vision already for like taking down this red dragon, which is, even if we were 10th level, that's a formidable fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you got a couple levels to adventure around here, and then you definitely have another plot point to get back there.
Yeah, you've already we already know from last, so a little bit of tidbit for everybody listening in tonight. our adventures, maybe next week or the week after, we'll be headed to Kalimshan to find, which that's the one thing we didn't really wrap in, is that maybe in my adventures in Sidulfur, I had also heard rumor of a Aarakocra trinket that is in that Kalasham desert, but I wasn't able to locate it until we got some information from one of the Sidulfur, call her what, an heiress?
Yeah.
Or is she a, heiress?
Pasha.
That there was, in fact, some items that we wanted to gain there.
So there's yes, the Pasha are the kind of guild masters.
Guild masters.
Yes, exactly. So awesome, dude. Well, hey, I'll go ahead and end the stream, and we can just hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, guys. Well, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be doing more character background. Because I really want to keep the campaign where we do the campaign when everybody's available together. So there'll be little one-offs and things like that we can do on the weeks that we don't get, everybody. But yeah, look forward. We'll either do backgrounds next week, or if everybody can get on together at the same time, we'll go explore the Kalim Desert.
Yes. Thank you for joining us all.
Yes. All right. And time to do the outro. See you guys.
See you.